Could Judy Hicks in Scream 5 actually be Creepy Karen? Let's talk about it.
Before we get started, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for more content in the future.
What's up? Welcome to Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin. Wanted to get on here and make this quick little video. I started doing a lot of thinking, over this past week and everything. And, I was rewatching the film, Scream. They're just timeless. They're classics. I could literally watch the first Scream over and over. I could really watch the entire franchise over and over. Yes, some of them have their flaws and stuff, but they're all decent movies, They're all fun to watch, But I really started thinking about what Judy Hicks' role is in this entire franchise because, come on, we all know from Scream 4 the way she was acting right there with when she, kind of approached Sydney upstairs and she was like in the shadows at the end of the stairwell and she kind of like leans into the light and it's like, you don't remember me from high school, do you? I was blah 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 blah. Real creepy vibes from Judy Hicks from the beginning of Scream 4. She was definitely a red herring in the film. And I really was starting to think, if she went to school with Sydney, she obviously went to school with Stu, Billy, and Randy, and Tatum, and everybody. So it got me thinking, with her creepiness about it, and I thought this a long time ago, and I just never made a video on it. I was like, like Randy said, we all know his demise was because he did not follow the rules. In Scream 3, he had the video, and he talks about, like, if you're watching this, I didn't make it. And, and he says that he lost his virginity in the porno section of the video store. And he was like, with Karen. And they were like, Creepy Karen? He's like, shut up. Like, it was funny. It was a little funny little thing. But what if they have a bigger idea for Judy Hicks in this entire franchise from the beginning, because Kevin Williamson, he did have ideas for, Scream 5 and 6 after Scream 4, and they could be taking some elements from that. Radio Silence could be taking some elements from Kevin Williamson and some ideas that him and Wes Craven had, and maybe implemented it into their ideas as well. And we do know that Kevin Williamson is an executive producer on this, so he's got a little bit of his hands on it, kind of overwatching it a little bit. But what if Judy Hicks is actually Creepy Karen, and maybe she maybe just changed her name, or maybe Karen was a middle name or the first name, so it could be Judy Karen Hicks or Karen Judy Hicks or something like that, and she just kind of and that's like a reveal in this movie. And what if Wes Hicks is actually Randy's kid? And then think about it, okay? Think about this. The whole theme of Scream 5 is that the killers are going after the relatives of the original killers, or the killers. I don't know if it's all the films or if it's just Billy and Stu or whatever. Okay, so that makes me think this isn't about Sydney, okay? This isn't about Sydney. This is about, and I should make a whole nother video about this, but I'm gonna touch on it a little bit and I'll make a whole nother video and go deep dive into this. But that makes me think that somebody that died in the first Scream, possibly at Stu's house, because this is where the climax is supposed to take place, this is where we're all headed to. So whoever was a victim at Stu's house, which we all know that Randy did not die at Stu's house, it was later in Scream 2 in the van, but it makes me think that whoever killed somebody's parents or killed their relative, that's their motive to go after the relatives of the killers, because the killers killed their dad, or their killers killed one of their mother, or their killers killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that's kind of like the theme that they're going to go with here. They're going to kind of twist it and say, hey, Sydney, you're no longer important here. And there's going to be like a pivotal moment, probably in the climax, that the killer has the opportunity to kill Sydney and chooses not to, and goes after Sam Carpenter and Jenna Ortega or some other character, and that's going to be like the pivotal moment that like Sydney's like, this isn't about me anymore. This has nothing to do about me or my mother anymore. This has something to do about something else. who killed your parents, who killed, you know, it's going to be something like that. They have to switch the motives that's going to branch out to a whole new franchise. So they're going to, and if this is going to be Sydney's last hoorah, if you will, if they're not going to kill her off, because I really don't want her to get killed off, because she does have a kid, and I'm going to make a video about that as well. Then there's got to be a pivotal moment that we know as an audience that Sydney is no longer important. So I'm kind of getting off topic here. Make another video of that, but I would not, you know, throw it out of the realm of possibilities that Randy could possibly be Wes Hicks' son. I mean, Wes Hicks could be Randy's son, and Judy could be creepy Karen, some way, shape, or form. You know, I mean, we don't know, because we never saw Judy Hicks in the original Scream. Okay, we just know by what she's saying that they that she was a part of this. She went to high school with them, and Sydney even says no, she doesn't really remember her. So, you know, you would think that, like, maybe the creepy kid of the school, you know, nobody really like paid attention to her. Maybe she was real nerdy at that time. Maybe that's what intrigued her to get into law enforcement, because that's what kind of happens, is like people that, I mean, I'm not saying it in all scenarios that this is what happens, but, you know, maybe that's her motivation of why she wanted to get into a leadership authority role and become sheriff, become a deputy, become a cop, and all that kind of stuff, is probably because nobody remembered her in high school. She wasn't very popular, and maybe she was creepy Karen at the video store with Randy. What if they do a flashback scene of just them talking or something like that, you know? Or because I do believe that Radio Silence went on record and said something about there will be some sort of flashback scene, and possibly, you know, Billy Loomis, Stu Macher, and maybe Randy as well is all going to have like a flashback scene and show something that we never knew from the beginning. So yeah, a lot of people, I'm not out of the realm of possibilities that Dewey could possibly be Wes Hicks' son. I mean, I keep saying it backwards. Wes Hicks could be possibly Dewey's son, but another theory is that, don't throw it out, because they could do a twist, and it could be that Judy Hicks is actually creepy Karen, and Wes Hicks could be Randy's son. But that would be some crazy shit, right? You know, the first time you ever have sex and lose your virginity, that you get a girl pregnant. But hey, you know, it's possible. So yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you think is Wes Hicks' dad? I did a video about Dewey. Now I'm doing one about Randy, but this is more about Judy Hicks. Do you really think that Judy Hicks could be like they could do a flashback scene of her being creepy Karen in the video store or at school, just kind of like seeing Sydney get all this attention around school and around town, and she wasn't getting any attention? You know, she could be a killer in Scream 5. Or her son could be, or, you know, we don't know which way this is going to go, but this is a very fun theory. I know this is a little deep here, and it could be a bit of a stretch, but is it really? We're talking about Scream here. Anything is possible, and if they're going back to the roots of the original, and the killer is killing people that are related to the killers, but why? It had to be that the killers killed somebody that they loved, their parents, or a relative, a brother, a sister, who knows? But yeah, there's got to be a pivotal moment to where Sydney is no longer the reason why Ghostface is after her. Sydney gets involved just because, to help out with Dewey and help out Sam Carpenter's character and all that. But there's got to be a pivotal moment in this movie, and I hope they land it. I hope it is fucking amazing, guys. I can't wait for January 14th. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thank you for clicking on this video. And do you think that Judy Hicks could possibly be creepy Karen from that Randy mentions? And do you think that Randy could be the father of Wes Hicks? Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Alright guys, thank you for watching Destination Station. As always, I'm Destin, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hello sinners, it is I, Father Evil, and I invite you to Destination Station on YouTube.